How's it going there, guys? Today we're gonna do a little bit different take on. How's it going there today, guys? Today we're gonna do something different. Usually I would just upload a video showing me review some game, and I'll have some more of those coming soon. But today we're gonna cover something different. I got a question from somebody in a forum that I'm in about how I connect my remotes to my phone. And so that's what we're going to cover today. Really simple, and I just thought I'd give it a quick cover. There's lots of places out there to find the answer, but someone asked me, so this is what I'm going to do. For me, usually when I'm making a video, I have some sort of remote. I have a NES, an old school NES USB remote, which I don't have with me right now. And then I sometimes use my PS3 remote. And those work out handy when you're playing a game. And so I suggest trying it with one. Not all games are compatible with the remote, but it's not necessary either. Sometimes it's just good to play on the screen. But when it is, available and compatible, it's always just a nice feature. The button layout's comfortable for the hand. And if you're used to game consoles like I am, you pretty much prefer a remote. So we'll just go ahead and leave it at that. So here I have two options. These are two items that I use. Both OTG cables, which is what you have to get in order for this to work. There are multiple options in order to connect your phone to a remote, such as the PS3 remote or an Xbox remote, anything that's Bluetooth. What I find with the Bluetooth, when I've used it personally, is that the connectivity can be spotty. With the hassle of having to do a few extra steps with the Bluetooth remote, if you're not using it with a system, then it can be complicated. So if you're using your PS3 remote or an Xbox 360 remote or something of that sort with a PlayStation or the console, you have to download an app on your computer, use that application to manually reconfigure the Bluetooth address of your remote in order for it to work with your phone. Well, the problem is anytime you want to use your remote back on your PlayStation or your console system, you reset that code for that Bluetooth adapter. So every time you want to go back and use that phone again or that remote on your phone again, you have to manually redo that whole code thing. So it can be complicated. Maybe not even complicated. It's just a hassle to have to do all that, honestly. So if you have a remote that you have lying around an extra, certainly, then use it. What I find also is that when I use my PlayStation remote, if my PlayStation system is on or off in the standby position, and I go to plug in my PlayStation remote to the phone, it'll trigger the PlayStation to come on, and then I'll have a moment or two where the remote is trying to sync with the PlayStation while I'm trying to use it on my phone. This can cause a problem because in the game the remote will stop suddenly, and then I have to wait, reset the game, reset my remote, and just sync it back up. So usually I have to turn the system off fully to make sure that doesn't happen. But on to with a connector. So OTG cable. If you're going to get a cable to hook up your remote, it has to specifically be marked OTG cable. These cables are made specifically to transfer data back and forth between an external device and your phone or tablet. What I have here are two different types. This is a single USB connector with a micro USB, I think it's micro A, but it's a micro USB connector for an Android phone. This one here is the same micro USB connector, but as you can see labeled here, it's a micro USB hub. So what makes this different is that we have two USB connections on this side, and then a micro USB connection. And what this does is it makes it handy when I'm playing a game, particularly an emulator game for the Super Nintendo or something along those lines, Genesis or whatnot. I can hook up two remotes. straight to the phone via this cable and play two-player. It makes it pretty convenient. If I'm just by myself, I'll use this one USB connection, plug it in, and there you go, ready to go. Plug this into the phone, plug this into the remote, like so, and now we're ready to rock most games that are compatible with gamepads. And again, if I'm with someone else and I want to get a two-player position going, this is what I would use, this little micro USB hub. Relatively cheap, less than $6 for this item. I think like $2 for that item. I got them on Amazon, but you can get them all over the internet. This particular adapter, I have not found a use for yet. I can't get anything to work with it. It doesn't. I have not had the ability to charge anything else or plug in anything to charge the phone. I'm curious if it's not maybe an external power position. I really have not figured that out yet. So, but that's not why I got it. So that's not even really important. It's just these two USB connections, which is all that matters. And so that's what it is. Micro USB hub right here. This is an OTG micro USB hub on Amazon for less than $6. This one is a OTG USB on the go cable also. Just a single one, so you can see what those two different items look like, and those will work with pretty much any USB based remote. Doesn't even have to be a PS3 or an Xbox 360 remote. It can be any aftermarket remote. Just make sure it's Android compatible if that's what you're using it for. I also find that these work great if you want to use an external SD card or USB stick to transfer files or photos, music back and forth between your phone. I've done that. It's pretty handy. Moving movies off my phone onto a computer or vice versa, and then taking them somewhere and using my phone to screencast and pretty much have a movie night somewhere that usually wouldn't be able to. So that's the benefit. With that being said, I think that pretty much covers it. If you have any questions or any suggestions on any type of game we should review, then let me know. There's lots of them out there. I'm sure I'll have my time to get through many of them. So leave it like that. Until next time, take it easy.